The Roaring Twenties, as many called it, was an explosion of artistic and creative music, literature, performance, and art. This lasted up until the mid-1930s and was a really important time for the African American culture. It originally began in Harlem, New York City, but because of its popularity, it spread all around. Because of weekly broadcasts of blues and jazz, the Cotton Club gained a lot of recognition with performers like Cab Calloway, Louis Armstrong, etc. This recognition also shined light on many poets, like Anne Spencer, who was able to focus on important topics at the time in a smooth manner by using poetry. With this creative new way of writing, many were able to be educated and were inspired by her work.
Anne Spencer was born on February 6, 1882, to two African American parents, Joel and Sarah, in Henry County, Virginia. Her father was born a slave and was determined to find a way for his child to have a better life than him. She grew up on a farm with her two parents, but later on they separated and she lived with her mom and moved to Bramwell, West Virginia. But Spencer still had contact with her father. Spencer was an excellent student and graduated valedictorian in high school. After graduation, Spencer had worked as a teacher for 3 years, but ended when she married Charles Spencer and moved to Lynchburg, Virginia in 1903 and had kids. The following decade, Spencer had written and published over 30 poems in her lifetime and became the second African American to be included in Norton Anthology.
Are you girls tired of having your hair all over the place? Well, with this new hair dryer, I assure you it will fix your problem. The final results come out marvelous. I guarantee you, 99.9% you'll love it.
Most things are colorful things, the sky, earth, and sea. Black men are most men, but the white are free. White things are rare things, so rare, so rare. They stole from out a silvered world, somewhere. Finding earth plains, fair plains, save greenly grass. They strewed white feathers of cowardice as they passed. The gold stars with lances fine, the hills all red and dark and pine. They blanched with their wand of power, and turned the blood in a ruby rose to a poor white poppy flower. They pried a race of black men, and burned them to ashes white. Then laughing, a young one claimed a skull. For the skull of a black is white, not dull, but a glistening awful thing, made it seems, for this gold to swing, in the face of God with all his might, and swear by the hell that sired him. Man-maker, make white. In this poem, Anne Spencer is explaining that blacks are mistreated. The whites are free people and the blacks are frowned upon. She talks about how we live in a world where everything is handed to white people on a silver platter. Spencer says, and turned the blood into a ruby rose to a poor white poppy flower. What she means when she says this is that white people wanted everything to be non-colorful or lack diversity. Everything had to be the way of the white man. Anne Spencer says, for the skull of a black is white, but not dull, but a glistening awful thing. Meaning black people are these horrible humans whose lives mean nothing in the eyes of a white man. Overall, Spencer's poem was written to show people how blacks are viewed in a bad way. After a long, boring day of hard work and taking care of your spoiled kids, you will need a cold, refreshing drink. This 16 ounce of sweet, savory crispness makes your taste buds dance and hearts sing. Coca-Cola is so refreshing it will have you ready to take on the next day. Coca-Cola refreshments. Try one now at your local food market.
We trekked into a far country, my friend and I. Our deeper content was never spoken, but each knew all the others said. He told me how calm his soul was laid by the lack of anvil and strife. The wooing kestrel, I said, mutes his mating note to please the harmony of the sweet silence, and when at the day's end we laid tired bodies 'gainst the loose warm sands, and the air fleeced its particles for a coverlet, when star after star came out to guard their lovers in oblivion, my soul so leapt that my evening prayer stole my morning song. In the poem translation, Spencer begins by saying, "We trekked into a far country, my friend and I." This message explains how her friends and her migrated through difficult land to get to freedom. Towards the middle of the poem, it says, "The winged kestrel," I said, "mutes his mating note to please the harmony of the sweet silence." What she means is that the bird has stopped his singing to pay respect to those who didn't make it to freedom. She then finishes saying, "My soul so leapt that my evening prayer stole my morning song," meaning that her evening prayer became her everything because it brought her comfort and peace.
From the animators that brought you the fun-loving and action-packed Alice comedies, as well as Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, Walt Disney Studios presents you with Steamboat Willie. Join our new character, Mickey Mouse, as well as his friends Minnie Mouse and Pete on their new musical adventure. Enjoy our new music and sounds while having a good laugh with Mickey and his friends. Steamboat Willie, our new animated cartoon, coming to your cinema very soon. The Harlem Renaissance, also known as the Jazz Age, was a time of joy and art in the 1920s. It was the time where people were brought together by music and literature. It allowed the people to have more fun and see creativity in life, even in terrible situations. Anne Spencer was one poet who has impacted the time in a great way. Her writings have inspired many. She was also an important figure to the Black literacy movement. Each of Spencer's poems contained a message in what she truly believed in, making her poems more special and relatable to people. Anne Spencer was a friend to many and an inspiration to all. Spencer has made such a giant imprint on literature and the world today. Thank you.